Let's begin with data governance. Data governance is a set of principles and practices that ensure high quality of data assets. Data assets are incredibly valuable and include databases, system and application files, documents, and web pages. Consider this figure, $136 billion per year. That's the research firm IDC's estimate of the size of the big data market worldwide. This figure should surprise no one with an interest in big data. But here's another number, $3.6 trillion, IBM's estimate of the yearly cost of poor quality data in the U.S. While most people who deal in data every day know that bad data is costly, this figure stuns. While the numbers are not really comparable, there is considerable variation around each. One can only conclude that right now improving data quality represents the far larger data opportunity. Leaders are well advised to develop a deeper appreciation for the opportunities improving data quality present and take full advantage. The reason bad data costs so much is that decision makers, managers, knowledge workers, data scientists, and others must accommodate it in their everyday work, and doing so is both time-consuming and expensive. The data they need has plenty of errors, and in the face of a critical deadline, many individuals simply make corrections themselves to complete the task at hand. They don't think to reach out to the data creator, explain the requirements, and help eliminate root causes. 50%, the amount of time that knowledge workers waste in hidden data factories, hunting for data, finding and correcting errors, and searching for confirmatory sources for data they don't trust. 60%, the estimated fraction of time that data scientists spend cleaning and organizing data. Data can impact money and company image. Let's look at an example. Take the example of an insurance company. Here's a data file. The first two records are for the same person, Robert versus Bob. The third and fourth record are information for two different people, but they're husband and wife in one household. The fifth record and the sixth record are two different people with one customer ID. The customer in the seventh record only has a life insurance contract, and the customer in the last record only has car insurance. So there's several examples of bad data here. Let's say the insurance company wants to start a cross-selling campaign. They want to increase their life insurance policies. They offer a special promotion to current customers who have car insurance policies but no life insurance policies. These new customers will receive a 20% bundle discount on the premiums due. Based on the information in the database, a promotional email and mailed flyer could be sent to Robert, Bob, Richard, and Peggy in the same household. But should they be? Sending the mailing to the wrong customer has a short-term negative cost impact. It's a waste of money, creating the letters and the stamp and the work behind that, and then he or she will not be happy, and the customer will see the offer of 20% cheaper than his or her current payment. The customer may call the insurance company requesting the same discount for the existing contract, and the customer will have doubts about the accuracy of their insurance company. The customer expects that the IT system and the personnel in the insurance company knows the concept of family or married people. So sending mailings to the wrong people will imply a financial cost without return and will create a negative image about the company. And it impacts risk management. With an insurance company, a monthly report shows customers with multiple car accidents and high claim costs. To improve profitability, the manager of an insurance company decides to cancel the contracts of bad drivers. Let's consider another example. Let's say the company Citybird VA has a contract for 12 company cars. They had some accidents during the year, but the company also has a pension plan for their employees. This pension plan is covered by an insurance policy with an annual premium of $370,000. Within the policy database, these two contracts are defined for two different companies, one named CityBee VA and one named Citybird VA. Purely based on a bad risk report, the insurance company decides to cancel the contract with City BVA. The CEO of City Bird VA immediately decides to stop payment on the pension plan too. If the data was clean and integrated, the insurance company would be able to see and calculate the customer value for the customer and see the value of that pension and see the full picture of City Bird VA. They would decide not to cancel the car insurance policy based on the high premium paid on that pension. So data is important. How do we take care of it? What data governance? Data governance includes measures for different stakeholders, not just it, but for users as well. It's a shared responsibility, and this may require a culture of change. Data is an organizational asset. Most organizations have data governance without calling it data governance. Data governance may include strategies for data quality. I think of database measures here: constraints, keys, relationships, required fields, drop-down choices, normalization. Data management refers to administrative processes such as the database management system, and this can include backups, restores, storage of data, who accesses the data, who requests access to the data. Policy management is documentation of rules and guidelines of an organization or department. We might document who will use the data in what way, or how long the data will be kept. Business process improvement is making work more efficient. Perhaps we streamline steps that the data goes through. Compliance is meeting standards set up by regulatory agencies. Risk management is an attempt to minimize the possibility of bad things happening. If something does happen, how can we keep the damage as minimal as possible? That was data governance. Let's take a look at information technology governance. IT governance is the primary way that stakeholders can ensure that investments in IT create business value and contribute toward meeting business objectives. This is a strategic alignment of IT with the business. It incorporates governance with the IT department. When we talk about IT governance, it's natural to begin talking about frameworks. Although frameworks with guidance like COBIT and ITIL, there's no absolute standard IT governance framework. The combination that works best for an organization depends upon business factors, corporate culture, IT maturity, and staffing capabilities. The level of implementation of these frameworks will also vary by organization. Organizations are subject to many regulations governing the protection of confidential information, financial accountability, data retention, and disaster recovery. They're also under pressure from shareholders, stakeholders, and customers. To ensure they meet internal and external requirements, many organizations implement a formal IT governance program that provides a framework of best practices and control, and that's through information technology governance. Let's move into information governance, the focus of our course. While data governance focuses on the data, information governance focuses on the information. It controls the information that's generated by information technology. Information governance, or IG, is how an organization maintains security, complies with regulations and laws, and meets ethical standards when managing information. Information assets include strategy. Strategies, plans, goals, and objectives that have been developed to improve an organization's futures. Product and services. Information that's directly sold to a customer as a product or service, such as a book or a research tool. It includes intellectual property, valuable copyrights, trademarks, patents, and other information that's guaranteed legal protection, such as trade dress. It includes software that you've developed. Trade secrets, techniques, methods, processes, procedures, formulas, and designs that contribute to your competitive advantage. Projects, information about projects such as requirements, plans, and designs, historical project information that may have limited value as a reference. Training materials, media and content that you've used to train your employees and partners. Marketing media, such as advertising posters and videos that's used to generate demand or brand awareness. Sales collateral, information tools that are useful for selling, such as a sales presentation. Data about customers and prospective customers, such as customer lists, customer databases. Operations, this is documentation, software, and data that's used to complete processes and procedures. For example, product specs. Decision support, information tools and data that are used to improve decisions. Organizational culture, information such as stories and visual symbols that contribute to organizational culture. For example, a set of principles adopted by a customer service team. Legal and compliance, documents and data that are retained for legal and compliance, such as employee and performance reviews. R&D, research and development, information about current and historical innovation initiatives, for example, market research for a new product design. Financial information such as accounting data and financial reports. The Enron scandal of 2001. Enron was once one of the most powerful and largest companies in the world. During the early 2000s, they experienced jaw-dropping executive compensation and soaring stock prices. However, a host of fraudulent financial data can directly be attributed to the downfall of the company. From internal whistleblowers to the shredding of documents by Enron's external auditors, there's little question that the data was being provided to shareholders was largely fictionalized. The data that was delivered by Enron executives and their auditing firm to stockholders and the board of directors in annual reports and financial statements proved to be false. An ethical external auditing firm at Enron could have prevented this financial fraud from occurring. How do we implement information governance? First, executive sponsorship. No IG effort will survive and be successful if it does not have an accountable, responsible executive sponsor. The sponsor must drive the effort, clear obstacles for the IG team, communicate the goals and business objectives that the IG program addresses, and keep other upper management informed on progress. Information policy development and communication. Clear policies must be established for the access and use of information, and those policies must be communicated regularly and crisply to employees. Policies for the use of email, instant messaging, social media, cloud computing, mobile commuting, and posting to blogs and internal sites must be developed. And these policies must be developed in consultation with stakeholders and communicated clearly. This includes letting employees know what the consequences of violating policies are, as well as its value. Information integrity. This area considers the consistency of methods used to create, retain, preserve, distribute, and track information. Adhering to good IG practice includes data governance techniques and technologies to ensure quality data. Information integrity means that there is an assurance that information is accurate, correct, and authentic. IG efforts to improve data quality and information integrity include deduplicating, removing redundant data, and maintaining only unique data to reduce risk, storage costs, and information technology labor costs, while providing accurate, trusted policies to meet legal standards. Data needs to preserve the integrity of information to guard against claims it's been altered, tampered with, or deleted. Audit trails must be kept and monitored to ensure compliance with IG policies to assure information integrity. Information needs to be organized and classified. This means standardizing formats, categorizing all information, and semantically linking it to related information. It also means creating a retention and deposition schedule that spells out how long the information needs to be retained and how should it be disposed of or archived. Information and documents should be classified according to a global or corporate taxonomy that considers the business function and owner of the information and semantically links related information. Information must be standardized in form and format. Tools such as document labeling can assist in identifying and classifying documents. Metadata associated with documents and records must be standardized and kept up to date. Good IG means good metadata management and utilizing metadata standards that are appropriate to the organization. Information security. This means securing information in its three states: at rest, in motion, and in use. It means implementing measures to protect information from damage, theft, or alteration by malicious outsiders, and insiders, as well as non-malicious accidental actions that may compromise information. For instance, an employee may lose a laptop with confidential information, but if proper IG policies are enforced using security-related information technologies, the information can be secured. This can be done by access control methods, data or document encryption, deploying information rights management software, using remote digital shredding capabilities, and implementing enhanced auditing procedures. Information privacy is closely related to information security and is critical when dealing with personable, identifiable information. Information accessibility. Accessibility is vital not only in the short term, but over time, using long-term digital preservation techniques when appropriate. Accessibility must be balanced with information security concerns. Information accessibility includes making the information as simple as possible to locate and access, which involves not only the user interface, but also enterprise search principles, technologies, and tools. It also includes basic access controls such as password management, identity access management, and delivering information to a variety of hardware devices. Information control. Document management and report management software must be deployable to control the access to creation, update, and printing of documents and reports. When documents or reports are declared records, they must be assigned to the proper retention and disposition schedule to be retained as long as the records are needed to comply with legal retention periods and regulatory requirements. Also, the information that may be needed or requested in legal proceedings is safeguarded through a legal hold process. Information governance and auditing. To ensure that guidelines and policies are being followed and measured, compliance levels, information access use must be monitored. To guard against claims of spoliation, use of email, social media, cloud computing, and report generation should be logged in real time and maintained as an audit record. Technology tools such as document analytics can track how many documents or reports users access and print and how long they spend doing so. Shareholder consultation. Those who work most closely to information are the ones who best know why it's needed and how to manage it. So business users must be consulted in IG policy development. The IT department understands its capabilities and technology plans and can best speak to those points. Legal issues must always be deferred to the in-house counsel or legal team. A cross-functional collaboration is needed for IG policies to hit the mark and be effective. The result is not only more secure information, but also better information to base decisions on and close adherence to regulatory and legal demands. Principles of successful IG programs are emerging. They include executive sponsorship, information classification, integrity, security, accessibility, control, monitoring, auditing, policy development, and continuous improvement. Speaking of continuous improvement, IG programs are not one-time projects, but they're ongoing programs that must be reviewed periodically and adjusted to account for gaps or shortcomings, as well as changes in the business environment, technology usage, or business strategy.